Tuesday, or whatever day you're watching right now. My name's Frank Rock. This is the House of Orange Sports Channel. Uh, Come up with a little bit of an update tonight. Not much yesterday that I ran across. I did run across the visitor, and we'll talk about it. Was a little bit. Didn't really have a chance to record yesterday, but just men's news and lady. There's nothing Lady Vols news that I'm finding right now. I've searched Twitter. I've Google searched. I've searched just different websites with nothing on Lady Vols news. So I'll get that updated as soon as I run across something of substance. Nothing right now, but men's basketball, there's a little bit of news going on, and then some potential news. So Tennessee is currently hosting 6'11" center Felix Akpara, really from Ohio State. So he is a couple connections with him. He's originally from Nigeria, moved to the States, and he was in Chattanooga. He ended up playing at Link Academy, which is also where Cam Carr played. So there is that connection with Cam Carr and with Akpara here as well. He's 6'11", 235. He's not a guy who he's going to be more of your around the rim type guy. So last year at Ohio State, he averaged 6.6 points per game, 6.4 rebounds per game. Now, when they got into the NIT tournament, his scoring doubled. His rebounds, I think his rebounds were kind of close to the same, but his scoring did go up. He is a guy who gets a lot of points off dunks. He is an athletic guy as well. So he averaged 2.5 blocks per game. Free throws, 58.9. Field goal percentage, 58.6. Again, a high percentage of his field goals are right at the rim. He's not a guy that's going to step out and hit shots. So he's going to provide you a little bit of a different guy. He's really going to provide you kind of a Tobe Awaka type guy, because Awaka doesn't shoot outside either. But this dude's a bigger presence here as well. More of a shot blocker. Rebound, I don't know that he's a better rebounder than, say, Adu or Awaka, but I think probably similar based on his minutes. But he's going to be high percentage shot. He's not going to be a guy that you're going to have to worry about him stepping out and hitting a three. He was 0% last year. It says he is 20% the year before on that. Was a little better shooter the year before than he was this past year, but with more minutes, not so much. So Akpara, and from what I'm reading, looking around just different sites, looking on 24/7, looking around Twitter, different sites, I think Tennessee has a real good shot of landing him. So we'll see where that goes. What does that mean now for, say, Tobe Awaka? So that's one of my bullet points here. I'm still skeptical on this. I've seen conflicting points back and forth on it. I feel like the longer this one goes, the longer or the worse it is for Tennessee that he comes back. I think he is welcome back in Knoxville. Obviously, that's up to him. And, a lot of the initial speculation was that he was homesick and going to go to St. John's. I've not even seen St. John's on his list of visitors. So he visited Arizona this past week. And, we'll see where it goes from there as well. He's scheduled to visit Georgetown, Villanova, and Ohio State. So I don't see anything about St. John's. Now, obviously, Georgetown's up D.C., Villanova's up around Philly. So that is getting closer to his home. But obviously, Arizona is the opposite of that. Ohio State, I'm not sure in terms of distance. I would think probably a little closer to his home, but I don't know how big of a difference that is. But, I would continue to say Awaka is probably not a real possibility of coming back, would be my guess with it. Now, others, previous visitors that Tennessee's been, Cade Tyson's the big one right now. I think a lot of the thought coming out of the weekend was that North Carolina, it was a matter of when, not if. This one's still going on. Tennessee visited with Cade Tyson last night. This is per Ben McKee, 24/7. There's some other outlets that's posted it as well. I know. I'll keep looking up if you want to ride. I've got a gigantic bee up here for some reason right now, so I don't want to get stung. That would make for some nice comedy, I guess, on here. But I feel like the longer this one goes, the better it is for Tennessee. And my initial thing when he visited a couple weeks ago, I said, Tennessee really needs to knock this one out of the park. And I compared it to when Billy Amick visited Tennessee in baseball last year. They knocked it out of the park on that first visit, got him in the fold, even though he visited other good schools as well. I'm hoping this is a thing. Now, I've still seen that people are still thinking he goes to North Carolina. Maybe he does. I'm starting to think this one's realistic. I'm starting to think this one's very realistic. Tennessee with Cade Tyson. Now, it'll be interesting. What kind of players are they pursuing? What are they looking for? Because you also have Igor Milicic. It was reported, I see John Rothstein report it on Twitter. I can't remember who he's with, but he reported that Tennessee is looking like the favorites for Milicic. McKee said Tennessee's in a good spot with Milicic. I've seen other stuff just here and there about it as well. So is this a case of one or the other gets in the boat, or do they take them all? I would think personally they take them all, but I don't know what Tennessee's thinking is with them, because Milicic is apparently a shooter, but he's 6'10". He can rebound as well. I feel like he and Tyson are different games, but I don't know what this staff is trying to do. I don't know if they have some other players that they're targeting. I did see McKee mentioned a guy by the name of Tucker Anderson, who was a 6'9" freshman out of Arkansas this year, averaged 14.5 points per game, 3.7 rebounds. He did shoot right around 38% from three-point range. I'm looking at his profile on ESPN.com. Apparently, the connection here is his mom, Sheila Frost Anderson, played for the Lady Vols under Pat Summitt. Did win a couple titles there. So, that could be a guy they're looking to bring in as a shooter. So, one thing that's obvious to me, I think Parra has been the exception rather than the norm. With him, he's not going to provide you the shooting. He's going to be high percentage, but he's going to provide you that presence around the rim, which Tennessee needs that. Now, everyone else are going after, they're shooters. They are more complete guys who can step up. I like that. I think Rick Barnes realized that you had guys last year, maybe not so much shooters outside. Now, you saw it with Dalton Connect. You saw some streaky shooters. You're getting more consistent guys. If you're able to get Tyson, Milicic, again, I don't know that they bring them into the fold. I don't know their philosophy. To me, on the outside looking in, I would say you bring them all in, with especially the roster spots you have going. Now, do you possibly target another guard? Could Tyson play guard? Could Dubar play guard? I don't know. Those guys are all very good offensively. And, the wing is kind of interchangeable. I feel like small forward, guard. Sometimes your guards are shorter, but as you know, they can be bigger guys as well. If Tennessee's able to close with all these guys that they've targeted and get who they've wanted, this is extremely impressive. And we'll see where it goes. I'll keep you updated on that. I don't know what the time frame is with any of them. But like I said, with Tyson, I feel like the longer this goes, the more it favors Tennessee. And the fact that their coaches, Tennessee's coaches, were in with him Monday night's big. Carolina's coaches visited with him last weekend. And I think it's big he come out of the weekend without committing to North Carolina. Now, or at least as we know. We'll see where it goes. But I'm pretty encouraged by this one. And I hope if they can finish that, that will be a big-time shooter. This team is shaping up nicely. I'm curious to see where else they may go with it, who else they're maybe saving a spot for. There's the rumors of Chaz Lanier out of North Florida. Apparently he's from Tennessee, but he's not in the portal. So a lot of people seem to think if he does go to the portal, Tennessee will have a good shot at him. Remains to be seen. But, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'll keep you updated on any information that I run across on the basketball Vols. Lady Vols, same thing. There's nothing out there. Spearman, who visited through Sunday, have not heard anything. I've got to think that one at any time could happen, because there wasn't anything about her visiting anywhere else. So I'll keep you posted on that. And then as soon as this baseball game concludes, I'll record the post game on that. But my name's Frank Rock. This is the House of Orange Sports Channel. Make sure you like, you share, you subscribe to this thing. Thank you. Have a great night. And last but certainly not least, go Vols.